Okay, we're back here. Let's see. So, I was talking yesterday or the other day about putting the thumb on here because it broke off. Somebody broke that off a long time ago. So, I made a little area on my workbench here to snug this down. And now I'm going to use this Metabo die grinder. If you recall, I put a new bearing in it the other day, and you guys will hear that in a second. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go outside here and do this because I don't need to make all that chip dust out here inside. So we'll take this job outside. One of the things I need to do though on this deal is I need to copy, let's put this over here. I need to copy this thumb pattern that's gonna be on here, okay? So, hopefully I put this deep enough. Looks like I did. And I tried to get the grain to match because the grain on this beach goes this way. And we'll see. Right, so I need something to copy that's, kind of similar. And maybe this will work. Yeah, I don't see why not. Actually, I need to cut this out with my jigs, my Shopmaster scroll saw, band saw. Put this up here. And I'll plug this in. All right. Close, right? Let's get this show on the road. I think on this one here, let's see. This one has a double little wickamajigger here. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a saw handle that looks similar to that. And I do, but it's that also has suffered a break. So, let's see what I got. What do I have in my inventory? That looks like it. I have to look at my old saws because this is actually relatively old. What do I have? Good question. Good question. Geez, I don't have too many like that one. Actually, I don't have any that. Well, I'll compromise, I guess. Guys, I'll compromise. That looks like, oh boy, looks like I didn't fill that too good on this part. But that's okay, I'll make it work. Let's go higher with this. Okay. I don't know if I want to make this. Well, this has to be cut down on the side of this too, and I could do that by whittling, I guess, if you will. And I know that the size that I want to be is somewhere right here. All right, so let's put on the safety glasses and go outside and start tinkering with this. Now, this is a usable handle, but it'll be more usable, I guess, when I get done with it. Right? All right, let's turn this around so I can see what I'm doing here, so you guys can see. How's this sound now? Let's see. Sounds good. I'm going to put this down low so you guys, because I have to hold this in my lap. Kinda. I'm going to take this in for a second, and let's put this on a sander, okay? Let's put this on my sander right here, and it'll get it really even better, okay? I guess if I can put this here like so and just tap it close. Alright, so as you can see, I barely touched the side. Okay, so let's try, let me do something else here. It's coming closer even to, there we go. I just touched this right here, the handle part. So now, what I thought I'd like to do one more time is put one of these handles. I mean, I don't, this is different handle. This is the long handle. Then they got the smaller ones, which are distant. This one is close. Maybe I should have made that longer. Oh boy. But you know, let's see. Maybe I'll just kind of freehand it. So this is going to go up here. Like that. And the same thing with this side. You know, they come right to the point. So we'll come like so. And I believe the same thing will apply to here. Like that. All right. Let's come back here and let's see if I want it. All right. Okay. Oh boy, I touched the handle a little bit. I was afraid of this. I might have to go back here on the saw a bit. I was afraid of that. I don't want to get too close to that to nick it. So let's see if I can saw this a little bit. Let's see. what I did is I gave this a little couple of cuts to get in here. Now I could use like a little hand tool like this too. Which is probably a better deal. Well, it's taking shape. I think I'm going to use a different tool to do this. I did mess up over here because it needed to be ground a little bit further down, but I can fill that one. It's going to be usable, right? So at this time I can do a couple of things. Let's see. I can use this drill press and put my grinding wheel in there. Okay. Let's take a look at that here. Don't move, saw. Okay, I've got this grinding wheel here. Sanding wheel, sanding disc. Okay, let's see it. Right here. And it's small enough to fit in here. So I could pull this back and take this one out because it's too big. And I could also use this little puppy let's see, hold on. I want the whole thing around, so this little sanding disc. This is time-consuming stuff for sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I got this nice tool. Let's see, where is it? Did I bring that back? Let's see, I probably put it away. Can you believe it, guys? I haven't put it. Oh, here it is. We'll take this one out and we'll put in a different tool. This one is shot. I've used this one for a lot of things. And you know what? Hang on, let me get a different one. I got a nice little tool. I got two carbide tools. One is a round tool that's pretty sharp, but I got this other little one that's kind of maybe a better tool to use. It's not as big and it won't grab. Okay, so now I got that. Let me see if this little wheel will fit in here now. A little sanding disc. I got a small one here too. Another small. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. All right. As you can see, it's taking shape. This will be a dark stain on this one because that way it'll kind of hide everything. But the more I work this thing, I mean that's good enough. It was broken off before, but at least it's something now, right? Let me get back to you when I get it finished out here and sanded, okay? So the handle is now I applied this thumb area, a crotch of the hand that it fits into the saw, back on because it was broken off. There's a lot of saws that drop like that, and that breaks. So I put another piece of beech on here, and it's not perfect, but this is an old saw handle, 1917, maybe to 1940, Diston. So I guess I'm going to try to do a tung oil, T-U-N-G. I'm going to try to put some tung oil. A lot of these handles are not dark stained. So I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but let's go ahead and see what happens, right? Tung oil. It's kind of dark. It's kind of syrupy, but yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. I mean, of course, it looks like it. You can see how this was added, but that's okay because it's a saw handle, and if you don't have a saw handle, this is better than nothing, I guess, right? I could add a little color maybe to darken it. Let's see. A little dark walnut maybe. Let's touch it a little. Could add a little dark walnut on here maybe. Yeah, it really shows up, of course. But you know what? That's fine. The old handle, of course, is the same thing. It's beech, and you can see the grains going across here, and then you can see them going across here. It's all the same. I don't know. I guess if I don't know. I guess if I wanted to, I could darken it a little, but it's the age thing, right, guys? Age. It's been a long time since this thing any kind of loving, right? And at least it'll be protected now, so that's a plus. It really stands out. Maybe I will add a darker walnut color onto it. Let's see. Although, although I do like this tung oil. It's too bad that this part of it wouldn't darken up. Huh. Let me try another little bit of this and see what happens. I put a little bit, it's more of a reddish, so I don't know. I'm going to add this to the whole mix maybe. Let's see. Nah, not really. Didn't really do much. Maybe I can add like a mahogany. Maybe more of a mahogany on this beech part right here to get that more redder. Because really it stands out pretty bad like a sore thumb. Like a sore thumb! That's what I'll probably end up doing. I'm going to pull a little mahogany out. See if I can redden that little part up a little bit more. Put it in these, all in these wood cracks and holes. Let it seep in there and suck into the wood because it hasn't gotten any oil or anything for a long time, as you can see. I mean, it does its job, right? The job is to get a thumb on there so your hand doesn't slide off the saw. Now, I don't have a blade for this. Have no idea what happened, whatever the blade, I looked all over, I don't have one, so it came from maybe an old saw that the blade was so bad I just, tossed it. And then, I acquired it that way, I guess. Tung oil is a very, very nice oil. Similar to linseed, of course. I'll let that soak soak in for a while. Let's see if I can get this in the hole here, worked in. Oh yeah. I want all that to go in the wood. The problem with many of these saws is, people just use them ages ago. And they didn't always, do stuff like this. Oil, they don't have the time, or maybe it costs money, I don't know, but they just used it and it was a saw, right? And so they never, a lot of people, I don't know, some did, I'm sure, but from all the saws I've seen, it's hard to find a real well-kept saw handle, right? So, let me see. Let me get some mahogany stain, guys. If you want to hold on, that's fine. I should be getting the stuff out of my way here. Yeah, definitely not walnut, that's for sure. Let's see. I got a box of stains over here. Opa. Whoa. Stuff is falling. Okay. So, what do I have? This is a clear. This is dark oak. No. This is a dark walnut. No. This is a special walnut. Maybe. Maybe not. This is a mahogany. Let's go with special walnut. Check that out. Golden oak. No. Okay, let's see what. Let's see what this looks like. Just a test, okay? A test. Where is my? Where is my? Let's go with, let's just, for the heck of it, let's see what the special walnut looks like. No. No, let's go more with a reddish. That's really dark. No. Let's try the mahogany. I mean, who cares really at this time, right? Let's just do what I want to do. So now this is going to be dark, no doubt. This is old stain. Let me take this rag and wipe a little off of this nose, the thumb part, and it's actually darkened up a little, but not much. This will probably make it red. Oh yeah. Huh. Maybe a better fit. Make it look like mahogany, right? That's not bad, guys. That kind of blends it a little. Yeah, let's see. Let's do that. Yeah, that's the ticket. All right, where's my little paintbrush? What you do with it, guys? What'd you do with that little paintbrush I had here? Yeah, a little mahogany. Make it a classy looking distant. And then of course I'll wipe it off. Once it's all on here. Very interesting now to see for sure. You know, you can do whatever you want, right? I can because it's mine. Interesting. For sure it's interesting. Definitely darkened it up. And I'll wipe it off in a sec here. Kind of mixes with the oil, interestingly. I should have put 2 rubber gloves on. Okay, let's see now. Let me get my other glove. And then we can wipe this off. Yikes, it's all over me. I mean, that's that darkened it up a little. It kind of took the objective look at that little part here a little bit different. You know, it doesn't stand out so badly. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it looks pretty. So, I guess if I put a little more on this little part right here, it might blend it a little bit better. Let me do that and see what happens. Of course, you're never going to get rid of it. You know, to do something like this is, you know, difficult to really blend in, right? It really is. So that noise in the background was my heater in here because it's a little cold outside. This is just a spare handle. You know, if I got another saw blade that's not so good, then doesn't have a handle or whatever the case may be, or saw handle that's no good, I could, you know, for this particular saw blade, because these things are all different. Okay, they made millions of them, and it seems like even the holes of the same saw, it doesn't fit too well all the time. It just, not all the time. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for my house. So there you have it here. A restored handle. Not too bad. But, you know, it's livable. And, you know, it's still usable at this point, right? So, roughly 1917 to 1940. I don't know exactly, maybe a D, a distant D blade. There you have it. So I'll go back to some, I got some argon gas yesterday, so I needed some to weld that saw blade. That'll be the next video down here. Is that blade, it's pretty bad, I think, yeah, right here. Once again, I'll be heating it up with my blowtorch. First I'll do some grinding around the crack. And I'll heat it up. And I'll try, I may just try to TIG weld it. Maybe I'll give that a shot, right? And I know it's a bad saw blade, but you know, if I can restore it to somewhat okay, it's just an old piece that came from England, original. So I'll be soaking this in a solution shortly. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. God bless everybody.